Seeing the front door open, Cynthia ran up the garden path and barged straight in, to the astonishment of Darlene Breach, who was sitting in the living room watching television. "Please help me. Don't let them get me," she begged, bursting into tears and double-locking the front door behind her. She came straight in, wearing nothing except the chains around her neck, and was crying, Darlene would recall later. She was bloody, very bloody, and was a very terrified girl. Stunned, Darlene immediately called 911 and took the sobbing girl into her bedroom, where she covered her with a pink robe and tried to calm her down. A few minutes later, Sierra County Sheriff's Deputy Lucas Alvarez and his partner David Elston arrived. Cynthia greeted the two by running out of the bedroom and throwing herself at their feet. "I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive," she screamed triumphantly. "I broke free, I broke free." She was terrified, said Alvarez. She was naked and just covered with blood, with this collar and chain around her neck. There was splattered blood on her face and her teeth. Through sobs, she told the officers how she had been kidnapped and imprisoned by a man and a woman in Albuquerque the previous Saturday morning. The two officers listened in disbelief as she described being used as a sex slave and raped, tortured and brutalized in unimaginable ways. Alvarez then drove her to Sierra Hospital in Truth or Consequences, as Deputy Elston went off to investigate a suspicious 911 hang-up call just 3 blocks away on Bass Road. That call had been received by Central Dispatch at 3:24 p.m., just minutes before Darlene Breach had made hers. The dispatcher had traced the number to 513 Bass Road and called back. A woman had answered, but denied making the call, saying that there was nothing wrong. But the dispatcher was suspicious and asked Deputy Elston to check it out. When the officer arrived at the Bass Road address, he noticed a carved wooden sign outside, announcing it as the residence of David P. Ray. Venturing through the gate, which was surrounded by a 6-foot-high fence, he noted the main green and white mobile home set back, flanked on either side by several sheds, a bait trailer, and the remains of some old boats. About 30 feet away was a smaller, windowless white cargo trailer, with an air conditioner unit on the outside. The mobile home's sliding glass back door was unlocked, so, after getting no response from the bell, Deputy Elston drew his gun and went inside to search for endangered persons. He walked down a hallway, leading to a bedroom halfway along this spacious trailer, which had several add-ons. But as he entered the bedroom, he stopped in his tracks, seeing blood smears on the white tangled sheets and broken glass everywhere. But even stranger was what appeared to be a coffin lying along one wall, beside a collection of large rubber dildos perched on a trophy stand. Looking up, he saw several half-inch steel rods bolted to the ceiling, supporting a sophisticated set of pulley devices fashioned out of heavy chains. Attached to it were assorted clamps and weights which could be slid across the room. He felt nauseous as he noted the neatly hand-printed labels on them reading "ankle spreader" and "knee spreader." Feeling sick to his stomach, Deputy Elston rushed out of the trailer to summon backup. A few minutes later, David Parker Ray and his fiancée Cindy Lee Hendy were stopped by police several blocks away, driving a shabby RV. They didn't put up a fight, as 4 officers with guns drawn ordered them to lie face down on the street, where they were arrested and handcuffed. Ray, a grizzled, lanky, mustached 59-year-old mechanic for the Elephant Butte Lake State Park motor pool, was still neatly dressed in his green park ranger's uniform. Cindy, a petite 39-year-old blue-eyed blonde, was covered in blood from a deep cut to the back of her head. As police placed the couple in a squad car, several curious neighbors came out of their trailers to watch the commotion. They were amazed to see that nice, helpful park ranger and his girlfriend in handcuffs being taken into custody. But these arrests were just the beginning of a nightmare of torture and suspected serial murder that would shake Elephant Butte to its very roots, making the once quiet town synonymous with evil. Residents would soon discover that peace of mind in Elephant Butte was an illusion, and nothing was what it seemed. Chapter 1. The Unforgiving Desert. David Parker Ray was